Hello everyone, my name is Paulette Good and I will be doing my video presentation on domestic violence. I chose this topic because I'm familiar with it and it's something I have um interest in. Um okay, one second. Domestic violence on young adults. This is a song that I found on YouTube about spreading domestic violence awareness to people.
Yeah, yeah. If you can relate to this, please spread the word. Be strong, girl. Be strong, girl. You'll never let a man do you wrong, girl. Be strong, girl. Be strong, girl. Don't never let a man leave you torn, girl. I knew this girl, she stood 5'4", named Alice. Actually, I had an eye for her. I wish I could change the past, my lord. She had moved to Newport with a man she thought she'd die for. Turns out she'd almost die from. Cause everything changes, yeah, once the lies come. She wanted to be a princess in the palace, but a man was a drug addict. He loved drugs more than Alice. He used to make her laugh with his nice smile, but the drinks made her nights wild. And she was tired of that lifestyle. And when she tried to get away, he became hostile. Head of the household, landowner. So he flexes his muscles being a man donor. He takes a couple puffs, then advances on her. Tells her, I won't let you go, then he puts his hands on her. She falls to the floor like, are you kidding me? Mouth bloody like, why in the hell you hitting me? He takes another sip of Hennessy. She says, I won't forgive for what you did to me. His excuse was that his mind was off her, and he would be devastated if he ever lost her. Man, I guess you couldn't fault her, cause she was still in touch with the love previously offered. She turned to drugs just to break the hurt, cause she told me when you love someone, you make it work. So she gave him her all, literally. In return, she was beat emotionally, physically. Then she tried to leave town, she even bought a map. But his persuasion, intimidation would hold her back. He used drugs trying to change her. She realized that her life was so in danger. Then she went, got a restraining on her. Left Newport Beach, came back to Arizona. Look at the things she overcame when she has become. Damn, Alice, one of the lucky ones. True story. Be strong, girl. Be strong, girl. You'll never let a man do you wrong, girl. Be strong, girl. Be strong, girl. Don't never let a man leave you torn, girl. Be strong, girl. Be strong, girl. You're a woman and you can have it all, girl. Be strong, girl. Be strong, girl. The phone's in your hand, just make the call, girl.
I thought this song and video was very inspirational and moving and it like really touched my heart. Um and I love the song and video. It was nice. Okay, Eric Erickson stages of development slash young adult. Erickson's psychological theory of development considers the impact of external factors, parents, and society on personality development from childhood to adulthood. Every person must pass through a series of 8 interrelated stages over their entire life cycle. These 8 stages goes from birth to death and are split in general age ranges. For this domestic violence topic, I'm dealing with the young adult, which is intimacy and solidarity versus isolation and love. During this stage, the young adult stage, people tend to seek companionship and love. Some also begin to settle down and start families, even though it may seem like it takes years for them to settle down with someone. Also, young adults seek deep intimacy and satisfying relationships, but if unsuccessful, isolation may occur. This is when adults tend to isolate themselves from their families, their friends, going out, doing stuff that they usually do if they was in a relationship, just so they won't have to meet anybody. Significant relationships at this stage are with marital partners or friends. What is domestic violence? Domestic violence is a violent crime committed in the context of an intimate relationship. It is characterized by acts of violence, power, and coercion intended to control another person's behavior. Basically, someone having the power to control another human being. Without power, they feel like they can't control that person, so they do anything in their power to, control their partner or whatever. This is a video on the top 10 signs that you are look for when you are in an abusive relationship. You know, during my relationship, I never looked for these 10 signs. I had no idea what um what the signs were for if you was in an abusive relationship. I didn't realize it until it got to the physical part, which was too late. That's why you need to know the signs and what to watch out for if you're in an abusive relationship, so it won't come to the physical part of being abused. There are different types of abuse. You have physical, emotional, sexual, psychological, and economic, known which is financial abuse. Physical abuse can range from bruises, cuts, broken bones, swelling. Um, Horrific acts of physical violence can occur. It is a misconception that all victims are beaten. Some more physical includes biting, slapping, restraining, shoving, hitting, with or without the use of a weapon, and or the threat of physical violence. Sexual abuse is used by offenders to demean and control a victim. The National Coalition Against Domestic Violence reports that sexual assault or forced sex occurs in approximately 40 to 45% of battering relationships. Rape, including marital rape, attempted rape, attacks on sexual body parts requiring a performance of sexual acts, and the threat of sexual assault. Emotional. Offenders who manipulate a victim's self worth are more likely to be able to control a victim. Constant criticism, name calling, and minimizing a victim's abilities are all methods for emotionally controlling a victim. When a victim feels worthless, they are less likely to believe that they deserve better treatment and therefore are more appointed to remain in an abusive relationship. The objective of financial abuse is to keep the victim dependent upon the offender. Victims may be prohibited from having access to household money or from obtaining employment. Oppressive accountability may be demanded of victims who are given access to funds for purchasing basic necessities. Victims have necessities withheld. Psychological. While offenders threaten to perform physical, financial, sexual, and emotional harm to the victim, often the threats are aimed at family members, children, co-workers, friends, and pets. The offender isolates the victim from family and friends so that all basic support must come from the offender, causing the victim to feel incapable of escaping the relationship. Implications for social work and social workers. Social workers refer the victims to necessary programs or treatments they may need. Connecting adult DV victims to DV advocacy organizations may be very helpful to the victims. DV advocates can help adult DV victims to do the following: understanding their rights, become aware of community resources, and also creating a safety plan just in case something like this happens again or if the victim decides to go back to the abuser. Currently, domestic violence is virtually impossible to measure due to the numerous complications, including societal stigma, that stops victims from revealing abuse. Estimates, however, range from 960,000 incidents of violence against a current or former spouse, boyfriend, or girlfriend per year to 3.9 million women raped or physically abused or assaulted annually by an intimate partner. This creates an overwhelming need for social workers and other helping professionals screening a re- screening a routine part of healthcare checking. Domestic violence advocacy organizations can be essential resources for families affected by domestic violence. Domestic violence victims assistance programs typically offer all or more of the following services: emergency shelter, transitional housing slash long term, advocacy, legal advocacy, support and assistance with the process of obtaining a civil protective order, support groups, programs for children, including groups or individual support. Approach Social workers must approach domestic violence victims in a compassionate and non judgmental manner. They are able to reassure the victims that they are not responsible for their abuse, and it's not their responsibility to stop the domestic violence perpetrators' violent and coercive behaviors. Social workers must recognize victim protective strategies and support victims to increase their capacity for protecting their children. Social workers must assist adult victims in DV safety planning for themselves and their children. They must provide resources that reduce the DV perpetrator's power and control. Social workers must refer to and help the victims access resources such as a DV advocate for safety planning, shelter, and support services. Also, TANF and other DSHS services, housing, financial assistance, and drug and alcohol treatments. Social workers must, sorry, it's important for social workers to understand when working with this population. Social workers must realize when working with this population that they have to understand that they have already been through so much. They have to understand not to make the victim feel as if it was their fault, but have compassion and empathy. They must be willing to stop the interview if the victim feels as though it is too much for them to handle at the time. This is a little short film, um, and you'll find out if the young lady in the video makes it out, or if she doesn't makes it out and it gets worse. And in the beginning, she doesn't. Her friend is talking to her, and she doesn't realize that she's in an abusive relationship. She blames it on herself that she's hitting herself. But you can look at this and see.
Hey, Corey, how are you? Nice to meet you. Where have you been? Oh, Greenberg's class taking over my whole life. Yeah. How are you? I'm doing good. We've been listening to the parties. I know. I'm sorry. I've been so busy like supporting Terry with his games. Are you gonna go tonight? Yes. I'm gonna have to go. It's my boyfriend. Oh my god. Let's see this watch. Terry got it for me. It's so thank you. I love it so much. Oh, that's nothing. No, it's nothing. Stop. Corey, stop. I hit myself. It's gonna kill in a few days. It's fine. It's nothing. It's nothing. I hit myself. It's not. Don't hurt yourself. I hit myself. Really? Yeah. Who else would have gotten it from? Terry? No. Terry would never do that. Terry loves me. She never hurt me. And I'm really offended that you. No, don't worry about it. It's only this negative energy in my life. I wish you supported me instead of making my boyfriend look bad. So I'm just gonna, because that really like hurts my feelings.
Over 4 million women have been assaulted by an intimate partner. Sadly, only 1 out of 4 women reports these cases to the authorities. Many times, it takes a friend to notice the signs of abuse and for them to seek help. Corey sees all the signs of abuse that Megan is enduring and has an obligation to seek help for her. Let's see what happens to Megan if she doesn't seek help in time. In love with you, so you couldn't hurt me. It's just different the way you treat me. No, you don't deserve me. Wasted time.
with you, so I wouldn't feel this way.
Hey, Megan. Hey. Bro, what happened to your face? Like, what the hell happened to your face? Of course. I tripped and I fell on my face. Leave it alone. No, it was hurt. This whole time I knew it was hurting. You said he has no right to do this to you.
Man, I promise. She's so self-conscious. She has no idea what she's doing in college. That major that she majored in don't make no money, but she won't drop out. Her parents will look at her funny. Now, tell me that ain't insupportable.
Megan is part of the 25% of women who have experienced domestic violence in their lifetime. Over 32% of women on college campuses have experienced or know someone who has experienced domestic violence. As you can see, Megan exhibits all the signs of being in an abusive relationship. The constant bruises, denial, and even isolation. The constant question of what am I doing wrong dwells in Megan's mind. Let's see if there's anything Megan could have done different to avoid this kind of confrontation.
Yeah. Okay. I won't be in, then I turn up, pocket full of $100. Shawty got a tan like she come from the Bahamas. I did this all night, and I should wear pajamas. Eating these rappers like a school of piranhas. Won't be in, then I turn up, in, then I turn up, won't be in, then I turn up, in, then I turn up, won't be in, then I turn up, in, then I turn up.
Hey.
Hi.
What are you doing? Doing all right?
Yeah, how about yourself?
I just wanted to come by and apologize for how I acted the other day. And seeing this, and I really thought you like it.
You're so beautiful. I love you. Thank you so much. But how have you been treating me?
Yeah, I don't. What I did was wrong, and I love you, but I would never do anything to hurt you. But it's just like I got a lot of stuff on my plate right now, and I'm really stressed out. So.
I just.
Sorry.
I know. I love you too.
What was that?
It's my friend Daniel from class.
Daniel. Is that the guy I seen you with last week?
Yeah, we've been doing a project together, so he just had to text me to just let me know about something.
A project together?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's for a grade. I mean, it's not a big deal at all.
You think I'm stupid?
No.
You must think I'm stupid.
No, why are you acting like this? Just. Oh my God, Terry!
You playing with me?
Terry,
You think I'm playing with you? I swear to God, if I ever catch you with another man, I'll kill you.
Satellites never really made love. Alright, satellites never really made love. She gon' get it right. Emotions probably telling her she could stay the night, but her friends are always crazy. They gon' give her good advice. Satellites never really made love. Okay, never really made love. Never really made love. I wish I could go on just on the dealer, look at brass and sell a kilo.
Right, Terry? Yeah. Oh, no. I'm so tired of this. I know I needed to make money. I know I shouldn't be putting up with this, but you need to call someone. There are places that you can go and have numbers and you can go there and talk to them. I love him so much, and I don't want to do There's don't deserve this thing. Like, if he really loved you the way he says he does, he wouldn't be going through this. You're too pretty, you're too good to him for that. I'm so tired of being punching ball. Like, I'm so tired of being hit like every day. Really hope I just get
I used to be used to. I used to cry to the dirt. I used to cry to the hurt. I will look up to the heaven when it's my time to look up. I used to be used to, but I never got used to.
Every year, 1 in 3 women is murdered by their current or former intimate partner. If you're in or know someone who is in an abusive relationship, please get help. Don't let Megan's story be yours.
All the world for you, baby. I'll pay all the world for you. I'll pay all the world for you, baby.
Yeah, I wish you saw the bigger picture. I wish you saw the bigger picture. If I make it, I come back to get you. It's clear as day, but you don't see the vision. I wish you saw the bigger picture. What we got deserves some patience, cause this ain't no finger paint. I wish you saw the bigger picture. Beautiful and modern, all the same. But what's the photo if it's out of frame? I wish you saw the bigger picture. I pray you see the bigger picture. I call your phones, you don't pick up, you text. Okay. Domestic violence is real serious. Some people don't take it as being as though it's a serious problem. And not many people realize that they're in an abusive relationship until it's too late, until they get hurt. I was a victim of domestic violence, and even still to this day, it's still hard to deal with. Um, we as women or even men, we just need to look out for the signs of eh, what goes on in an abusive relationship. Because I didn't look at the signs, never noticed them, or if I did, I was in denial that it was going on until it got physical. Um, and also, if you can see this on my arm, is the domestic violence ribbon. It says love shouldn't hurt, and then it has the date of when I got the physical abuse happened. This reminds me to to watch out for the signs and not to let it happen again. And I would just like to thank you for watching my presentation and thank you for your time. Bye bye.